Hey everybody, it's Mike Brown, the founder of FlowTrack. Happy Friday, it's Champagne Friday, and today we're going to be going over the new Calendar 2.0 and how you can use custom event triggers to trigger different automations inside the calendar. Now, you can use this for many different things. This could be the outcome of a call, right? If you want a deal, if someone's considering the deal, or you need some more nurturing to close the deal, you can use this for many different things. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we can take a look at some of the options in here in the calendar. But before we get into the custom triggers, I want to go ahead and show you a few things that you can do with this calendar once you get it connected. And so if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop your comments in the chat. We're going to be answering your questions as we go or at the end. And so let's dive in. So inside your settings, you're going to see your calendar integration right here, and your calendar integration has some settings on it. So you can actually open this and you can control which calendars you want to be able to share with your team. You can also control which calendars are used for your availability determination, which is really cool. So a lot of you guys have multiple calendars. You might have a personal calendar, a work calendar, a calendar for another business, right? So you can select which ones you want to take into account to determine your availability and just click to enable or disable these. You can also make one of your calendars the default calendar to write events to. So if you have someone on your team booking meetings and appointments, this is going to be the default one that is used if your booker is not being used. So you have those three options on here. You can set per calendar. And if you have multiple calendars, you're going to see them in this list right here. I just wanted to point that out to you guys. But let's go ahead and open up a booker. And so you're going to see these two tabs up here, and you might be wondering, well, what's the difference between a booker and bookings? Well, bookers are what create bookings, right? So you have a public link that you can share so people can book meetings with you or book appointments with you. And so inside one of these bookers, you can just click Create New. You have a bunch of different options in here. You can customize the icon. You can make it small, medium, or large on the page. That's a new feature the team just added. Update your logo, and you can even change the ordering of the forms here on your calendar page. And so you have a link down here. You can specify the domain you want to connect your calendar on. And you can also customize the link that's in the URL or what it ends with. And so let me show you what this one looks like inside or on the live page. Right, so here I got my image. That's the medium-sized image, and then I got my logo up here on the top, and then I got my meeting options. So I can customize these meeting options right here. We can dive into the meeting event options tab on here. You can rename these and edit these to whatever you want. You can even put in a little description that will populate on that page. And so the main thing we're going to be going over today is how to use the custom event statuses to trigger an automation. So once you guys have your booker created, you're going to start off by, setting your logo and your image, making sure you got the correct meeting options, and then specifying the meeting invite that you want to go out to customers. So you can come in here and specify your meeting location. You can drop in a link for Zoom. You can do Google Meet. That one will generate the Google Meet meeting link automatically. And you can even customize the meeting description. So after someone creates a booking, and we can go ahead and just create one right now. So I'm going to go ahead and select a 30-minute booking. I'm going to pick a date. I'm going to pick a time. I'm going to confirm. And now I'm going to go ahead and put in a name. So we'll say Johnny, Joe, and we'll just do Mike, Joe at flowtrack.co, and you can key in a phone number. So come in here, do that, and I can we'll put in a US phone number in here. So 1 second. There you go. So put in a phone number, click continue, and this is what the customer sees by default. So your meeting's been scheduled. Now let's go see what that looks like in the bookings page. So on the bookings page, this is where you're going to see all the bookings on your Booker. And so I'm going to see my new Johnny Joe right here, and it has a status of no status. Well, these statuses right here, you can change to either confirm or approve appointments, or you can also do it to keep track of the status of your meetings after they happen or the outcome of the call. And so I went ahead and I created a FlowTrack automation that listens for the confirmed status. So if I change this to confirms, a flow just triggered right now. So this is pretty cool. So I can actually click on this person right here, pull up their contact, and we're going to see some automation that just ran. So I got Johnny Joe, he ran in the flow confirmed meeting, and this flow, all it did was add a tag. And so I know that this flow just added the confirm tag right here, but I can actually click into the flow and we can show you what we did and how we did it. This is the simplest example of a flow, right? We just have over here on the right a trigger. This trigger is listening for the appointment status change. And so down here, you can see when the status changes to confirmed on an appointment from this booker, meet with Mike, then this flow is going to trigger. And so in here, I just did a simple step just to tag this user as confirmed. But this is where you can do other things like, let's say a follow-up campaign. You could send out an SMS. You could wait a day, send out an email. You can build out your automations in here super quick and easy, all listening on these specific event statuses. So a super simple yet powerful way to be able to automate different parts of your business and automate your sales processes with the new calendar. So if you guys have questions about this in the new calendar, please go ahead and drop them into the chat. We're going to be going over your questions. I just wanted to show you guys that simple yet powerful feature. And you guys can actually go in here too and customize the different event statuses. So you guys can come in here and add your own event statuses or remove ones that you don't need. So you guys can have the event statuses that are custom and built for your business. Now, some of the common ones in here are going to be like show or no show. So if someone doesn't show for a meeting, you might want to put an automation that tries to schedule an email or an SMS to try to schedule another date with that person. So those can be some examples of what you can do with those automations. But the bookings page is a great way to manage your bookings, especially if you have the approval feature turned on. So you actually have to approve the booking before it sends out the meeting invite. And this is where you can do that on the booking page. So let me know if you guys have any questions. We're going to be diving into the chat and we're going to be going over all of your questions and getting those answered. I hope you guys have all had a chance to go in there and create your bookers for the meeting. It's pretty cool. You got a lot of options on there that you guys can customize. And we're going to be going over a lot of these options next week as well, because we got a lot of cool stuff in here. And we'd like to do a deep dive and kind of go over each one of these things, like the different email notices, the rescheduling features, all that good stuff, even the private booker, right? So you can make your booker private with a one-time link. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the questions. So we got Ricky. He's actually asking about the mastermind on the Facebook ad training. So that's a great question, Ricky. We do have a Facebook ads mastermind that we did. I have to find out where we did that on. I think that was on Demio. So I can see if I can get you guys the recording to that. I think it's about time we do another one too. So I think we can do another Facebook ads training and launch that in the Facebook group. So I think that's a great idea. Let me know if you guys have any specific use cases that you guys want to see with the calendar. You guys can help guide us on different topics of what you want to do or the automations you want to create around your calendar, which could be really, really cool. So drop those in the comments if you want to see it. But this is going to be a quick and easy demo today for our Champagne Friday. Just going over some of the basic settings in the booker. Now, the thing that I love the most about the calendar is the ability to overlay different people on the calendar. So you can come in here and overlay different people. I want to see, well, when is this person available, right? I can overlay his times on here. I can overlay multiple people's times on here to see all the events on one screen, which is super, super cool. Makes it very easy to make a booking with other people on your team, being able to see that availability. I think that's one of the coolest features in the calendar. but let me know what you guys think. And I'll give you guys another minute to ask any questions if you guys have questions about the new calendar. We got a lot of new features in there, so we got a lot of stuff to go over next week, kind of going into that deep dive of all the different features. But so let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like us on social media. You guys can click the subscribe button and the thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notification every time we go live. And follow us on social media. You got YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So we got some questions in here. So we got a realty company saying, how does the buffer work? So great question. So on the Booker, you have a setting in here. I'm going to open up one of these right here. On the meeting event options, you have the after event time buffer and the before event time buffer. And so the way that this works is, this one is actually the before event. This guarantees you always have some advance notice. You don't have last minute bookings. A lot of businesses, they don't want to get a notification that you got a meeting that starts in 1 minute, right? Someone made a last minute booking. So you can actually add this buffer time in here, and this is going to make it so people have to at least book meetings this far in advance. Now, one of the changes that the team made, because before we just had minutes in here as an interval, but now you can actually select this as, days or hours. So if you want to get like a 4-day, booking in advance, they have to book at least 4 days in advance. You can come in here and just key in 4 right here, and you can customize that. Now, the after event time buffer, this is going to prevent other people from booking times with you back to back. So you have a break for coffee or whatever. You can come in here and say, like, what, I need at least 15 minutes between my booking. So when someone books a meeting with me, guarantee that someone can't book another meeting with me back to back. I need to have at least a 15-minute break. So that's how those two time buffers work in here. So that's a great question. Let's see, someone's talking about how can you link a form to a calendar, and can we have the form first and then the calendar? So absolutely. So you have a few different options in here dealing with the form. So on the public booking page settings, you can see that your account, you have this little, these calendar pages over here on the right, and you can reorder these, just drag to drop. So let's say I want to put the calendar first, or I want to put the basic info form first. So you can come in here and play with these and swap them around and customize it for your business. And so that's where you'll be able to mess with the different forms and the order of the forms on your Booker. So great question, but that's where you'll do that. And you can always replace the basic info form with a custom form here, just using that button, and you can get that working. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And so the way you do that is you can just click this button, key in some like demo form right here. You can save this, and then your Booker is going to be updated to use your custom form. So if I refresh my Booker right here, I had a demo form right here. I can go ahead and pick a time, confirm, right? And now I got a completely different form right here that I could fill out. This one has like a checkbox, and it's actually a wizard form. So it's step 1 of 2. So that's pretty cool. You got complete flexibility in there to customize that for your business. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. You can go ahead and drop them into the comments, and we'll get all of your questions answered. But the Booker or Calendar 2.0 is a powerful way to automate different parts of your business. Doesn't matter if you're a service-oriented business and you're booking appointments with your clients. We're going to be using this for the DFY service, so we can, onboard people with the payments right when they're doing the booking. So we'll collect payment to do the booking, which is going to be super powerful. And let's see. So we got some other questions in here. Someone's asking about, will you be adding Apple Calendar ever? That's something that we're definitely looking at. I think we got that as an idea on one of our last videos. I think Apple Calendar would be cool to do. I don't think they have as easy of an integration as like Google and Outlook, but we're definitely looking at Apple to see how we can get that in there. And I'd love to get Apple in there too. But right now we got the was the Office. So that's your, Hotmail, your Outlook, and all that good stuff. And we got Google. So you got Gmail and Google Workspace. And we'll be looking at other calendars to add as well. So great question. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'll give you guys another minute, but that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today. I just want to show you the simple yet powerful way to use the calendar to customize those event statuses so you can trigger automations based on when you change the outcome of the meeting right here using this dropdown. And you do have other filters on here, right? So but it defaults to my booking, so you can see all the meetings with you. But if you want to go ahead, you can also filter that to filter based on other bookers in case you're working in a team environment. So let's go ahead and dive into more of the questions. All right, so we got Karen saying, do you have to completely rebuild the sites if you want to use no extension? I use it on current pages and it goes to 404 page not found. So inside the website builder, if you change your page to no extension, and this was one of the new features in here, right? So we can pull up one of the websites. Let's go ahead and pull up one of these right here, or I'll just create a new one. I'll use this one, that's fine. So inside the page builder, under page settings, you do have a new drop down so you can change the page to no extension. So if you do have a link to the old URL, right, the URL does change when you do this. So if you have a link to the old URL, just make sure you update the link so you don't get the page not found. And you can do that right there. So to answer your question, yes, make sure you have your links updated if you're changing the link or the slug of your page. And that's where you'll check it right there in the page settings. Another person saying, great work. I love the new calendar. Well, awesome. Thank you. The team has definitely worked really hard on getting that out and getting that to be feature packed. So they did a really good job on that, I think. And let's see, another person's asking, is there a way to limit how far into the future a client can see? So that's a great question. And so if you wanted to do that today, I think the best thing you could do is really to just block out time in the future. And if that's a feature that you guys are definitely interested in, saying, only show the next 30 days of availability, maybe that's something we can add. I would say definitely put that on the roadmap. That's roadmap.flowtrack.co, and you guys can upvote that and we can see how we can get that in the system. But if you want to do that today, just block out time you don't want to show. So you might want to block out, 3 months down the road, something like that. But you can do that by just using your calendar on there. And Karen's also saying, so she updated her link for the extension and it doesn't work. Well, chat with support on that. We do have the chat support. Just click on the little blue chat icon and we can dive in and take a look at that for you and get you helped out. Just make sure your page is published. So after you change the extension in the website builder, you do have to click publish for the changes to go live. And so if you see your new page by just typing in the URL directly, just verify that the link to that page matches. If it matches, the link will work. So, but if you need help, just click on the chat button, and we got chat here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 days a week to help you out. Let's see. So if you can send us, or you can send me the link to Karen, we can take a look at that. You don't have to use the HTML. I'm reading your comment. So you don't have to use HTML. You can use the .html, or you can use no extension. So you got those two options on there. So shoot me a link, or you can post the link in the comments and I can see that right here. Either way. But let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'll give you guys another minute so you guys can start typing and get your questions answered. So let's go ahead and check this out. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe button so you get notifications every time we go live. And it looks like that's all the questions for today. So I want to wish you guys a happy Friday. This was the Champagne Friday with FlowTrack. I hope you guys enjoy diving in there, going over the new Calendar 2.0. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day.